Hello and welcome to Module 5, Task-Based Instruction How, focusing on task types. In the first lecture of this module, we are going to talk about closed tasks. As classified by Willis 1996, there are 6 main types of tasks, divided into closed tasks and open tasks. Closed tasks are those that are highly structured and have very specific goals. Now look at these tasks given by Willis 2013 and say which ones are closed tasks. Number 1. How strict were your parents? Find whose parents were the strictest or most easygoing. Number 2. Things on a tray. Memory challenge. Number 3. What will life be like in 50 years' time? List 3 aspects you agree on. Number 4. Problem page letter about difficult data. What advice would you give to these parents? Number 5. 7 differences between you two pictures. Number 6. What is the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you? Tell your partner. Have you got the answers? Here is a suggestion. Based on the definition of a closed task, you can see that tasks 1, 2, 3, and 5 are closed tasks. Let's explore them in more details. The first one, listing. Listing may seem unimaginative, but in practice, listing tasks tend to get a lot of talk as learners explain their ideas. The processes involve brainstorming and fact-finding. Brainstorming is a process in which learners draw on their own knowledge and experience, either as a class or in pairs or groups. Fact-finding is a process in which learners find things out by asking each other or other people and referring to books. The outcome would be the completed list or possibly a draft mind map. You can list people, places, things, actions, reasons, everyday problems, things to do in various circumstances, etc. Some examples are: Activity 1. In pairs, agree on a list of 4 or 5 people who were famous in the 20th century and give at least one reason for including each person. Activity 2. Can you remember your partner's busiest day? On your own, make a list of all the things he or she did. Then check with your partner. Were there any things you forgot? Follow-up tasks can be memory challenge games, where lists and sources can be hidden, and students are asked to recall as many items as possible in a specified time. Ordering and sorting task type 2 and comparing task type 3 can be based on lists that students have made. The second type of task is ordering and sorting. The outcome of this task type is a set of information that has been ordered and sorted according to specific criteria. Ordering and sorting tasks involve 4 main processes. Number 1. Sequencing. It is to order items, actions, or events in a logical or chronological order. Here is an example activity. Look at the 4 pictures. They are mixed up. Work in pairs. Put the 4 pictures in a sequence so that they tell a story. Prepare to tell your story to another pair. Number 2. Ranking. It is to sort the items according to personal values or specific criteria. Here is an example. In pairs, look at your list of famous people. Which people are most likely to remain popular and become the 21st century icons? Rank them from most popular to least popular, and be prepared to justify your order to another pair. Number 3. Categorizing. It is to group items under given headings. For example, group the statements under these headings: agree, disagree, or undecided. Complete this chart or table with information from the text. The third process is classifying. It is to group items in different ways, where the categories themselves are not given. For example, think of 5 ways to classify the clothes you wear, the animals in the picture. Some follow-up tasks can be: spot the missing item. Students remove one item from a sequence and read the list out for the other pairs to spot it. Or, odd one out. Students make up sets of 4 or 5 similar items and add one that doesn't match. They exchange sets and see if other pairs can spot it. The third type of task is comparing. Broadly, comparing tasks involve comparing information of a similar nature, but from different sources or versions, in order to identify common points and/or differences. The outcomes of this task type vary according to the individual task goals, but could be the items appropriately matched or assembled, or the identification of similarities and/or differences. The processes involved are: Number 1. Matching. It is to identify specific points and relate them to each other. Here are some examples of this task. Read or listen to these accounts, such as of a car accident, and say which of the 4 diagrams most accurately portrays what happened. Or, match this text to the map or diagrams. For example, to trace a route on a map, to complete a floor plan of a house, to assemble a model. Number 2. Finding similarities. It is to compare 2 or more sets of information to find out similarities. Here are the examples. Compare your list of possible 20th century icons with your partner's list. Did you have any people in common? Tell each other why you choose them. How many reasons did you both think of? Finally, combine your 2 lists, but keep it to 5 people. Or, compare your story ending with the original story, or your solution with the one in the text. Find the similarities. Number 3. Finding differences. It is to compare 2 or more sets of information to find out differences. An example activity is provided here. Tell your picture story to another pair and listen to theirs. Compare stories. Make a list of the main differences between the stories. The second example is jigsaw viewing, such as contrast a film or video sequence with a written account containing factual errors. Half the class see the video, half read the text, then they come together to identify the factual errors. Some follow-up tasks can be: after matching text to diagram, students make floor plans of their own homes and describe these for their partner to draw. Or, after finding differences between pictures, rewrite the text including different factual errors or 3 additions and play spot the differences. Comparison tasks can be based on 2 quite similar text or pictures, such as a classic example is spot the differences, or places or events that learners have experience of. Learners can also compare their own work with that of another learner or another pair or group. We will by now have noticed that many of these tasks carry on the same themes as in previous tasks. It is possible to build up a set of tasks on the same theme, each one arising out of the previous one. This is an excellent way to build learners' confidence. Once they are familiar with the basic vocabulary for the topic, they can then do a range of activities recycling the topic language and use it for different purposes in a set of tasks. For instance, for the matching task, you can match captions, text, recorded extracts to pictures, short notes or headlines to longer text, such as the news items. Example activities are: number 1, read the text. Each is about a famous person, but the person is not named, and look at the photos. Match a text to a photo, then talk to your partner and say how you were able to match them. Prepare to tell the class how you did it. Number 2, read the 4 headlines A to D. Match 2 pieces of information given in 1 to 8 below to each headline. Explain to your partner how you did this. What clues did you find? Did you both use the same clues? In today's lecture, we have presented different closed tasks as described by Willis, 1996. They are listing tasks, ordering and sorting tasks, and comparing tasks. We hope that the information we have provided is useful for you. For more information and practice, go back to read or go to discuss. Thank you very much for your attention.